There's an idea that's been floating around the internet for years, and it goes like this. The internet is dead. Not slow, not boring, dead. The claim is that a huge and rising portion of everything online, the accounts, the comments, the traffic, the articles, the people arguing with you in the replies, is not human. That it's bots, automated scripts, and AI talking mostly to each other, while real human beings become a shrinking minority in a space we still think of as ours. When this idea first appeared, it was easy to laugh off as classic internet paranoia, a spooky conspiracy theory with no real evidence, the kind of thing you scroll past. And I want to be honest with you up front. The most extreme version of it, the idea of one deliberate master plan to replace all of humanity online, is not proven and probably never will be. But here is the deeply uncomfortable part, the reason we're even talking about it. Over the last few years, as the paranoid story stayed the same, the actual measurements of the internet quietly started to move toward it. The theory didn't get more true. Reality got more like the theory. So let's separate the folklore from the facts and look at what's really happening to the web beneath your fingertips. Let's start with the single number that turns this from a joke into a genuine question. When researchers measure the traffic flowing across the internet, the raw requests, the clicks, the automated activity, a very large share of it, in many analyses roughly half, is not generated by humans at all. Bots, automated programs running day and night, crawling, scraping, posting, clicking, and pretending. Now, not all of those bots are sinister. Search engines use them, lots of useful services run on them. But a significant chunk are what's called bad bots. Fake accounts, spam engines, fraud scripts, programs built to imitate a real person for someone else's benefit. Sit with that for a second. On the network you use to talk to your friends, read the news, and form your opinions, something close to half of the movement isn't people. It's machines. That's the hard floor this whole theory is built on, and it's not speculation. It's the boring, measured plumbing of the modern web. The internet was supposed to be humanity connected. What it increasingly is, under the hood, is software talking to software, with us wandering around in the middle of it. Now, bots are not new. Spam, fake followers, automated accounts. These have haunted the internet for as long as it's existed, and for years they were a manageable nuisance. Annoying but crude, and usually easy to spot. A spam bot in the old days wrote clumsy, broken sentences you could recognize in an instant. And that's exactly what changed, and why this old theory suddenly has teeth. Because generative AI took the one thing bots were always bad at, sounding human, and solved it almost overnight. The tools that can now produce a paragraph of fluent, natural, convincing text, an image of a person who doesn't exist, a comment that reads exactly like a real opinion. Those tools are cheap, fast, and available to anyone. So the crude spam bot of the past has been replaced by something far more capable. An automated account that can write like a person, argue like a person, and post endlessly, around the clock, for almost no cost. The bots didn't just multiply, they got a voice. And suddenly, telling the difference between a real human and a program wearing a human mask became genuinely, frighteningly hard. And this is where you can actually feel it happening in your own daily scrolling. Because if you can generate human-sounding content instantly and for free, you can generate an infinite amount of it. And that is precisely what's now flooding the internet. There's a word people have started using for it: slop. I generated slop. It's the tidal wave of machine-made articles written purely to rank in search results, stuffed with keywords and empty of real knowledge. It's the strange, uncanny AI images that fill your feeds, racking up thousands of likes from accounts that may not be real either. It's entire websites, entire channels, entire swarms of social media profiles, generated and operated with little or no human involvement, all competing for the same attention and ad money. The result is an internet where a growing share of what you see was never written by a person for a person. It was generated by a machine to be shown to you, or worse, to be shown to other machines. You may have already scrolled past a dozen of these today without ever realizing it. An article that answered your question with confident, fluent nonsense. A breathtaking photo of a place that has never existed. A warm, heartfelt comment that a program wrote in a fraction of a second. The signal, the genuine human voice you actually came online to find, is slowly being buried under an ocean of automated noise. So why? Why would anyone want to fill the internet with fake people and machine-made junk? And the answer, as it so often is money and influence. Every fake click can be sold to an advertiser. Every bot-inflated follower count can be used to sell you something, or to make an idea look more popular than it is. Fake engagement, like shares, comments manufactured by bots, can make a product, a person, or a lie appear to have massive genuine support, hijacking your very human instinct to trust what the crowd seems to trust. And it goes darker. Armies of automated accounts can be pointed at politics, flooding conversations to make a fringe opinion look mainstream, or to drown out real voices entirely. In every case, the fake content isn't there for you. You are not the customer. Your attention, your clicks, and your trust are the product, and the bots are the machinery built to harvest them at a scale no human operation ever could. Once you see that incentive, the flood stops looking like an accident and starts looking like exactly what it is: an industry. Now, in fairness, let me pull us back from the edge, because the honest picture matters more than the scary one. The full, hard version of the dead internet theory, the belief that the human internet is essentially already gone, that almost everyone you talk to is a bot orchestrated by some single hidden hand, that is not true, and it's important to say so clearly. You are real. The friend who texts you is real. The vast, messy, vibrant world of genuine human creativity, connection, and conversation online is still very much alive, and still enormous. Real people are making real things and finding each other every second. The theory, taken literally, is paranoia. But, and this is the whole point, the trend underneath it is not paranoia. The direction is real. The share of the internet that is automated is rising, not falling. The quality of the fakes is improving, not degrading. So the truth sits in that uncomfortable middle. The internet is not dead, but it is being steadily colonized. And the line between the human web and the machine web is blurring faster than most people realize. So what do you actually do, living on an internet that's increasingly built by machines? The first thing is simply to know it, to carry a healthy, permanent suspicion that the viral post, the passionate comment, the perfect image, the overwhelming consensus you're seeing may not be human at all, and may be engineered to move you. That awareness alone quietly returns some power to you. Beyond that, the response is almost rebelliously simple: value the real. Seek out the human. Prize the messy, imperfect, verifiable, flesh and blood connections, the creator you can actually trust, the community where people are truly present, the friend whose voice you know. In a world drowning in infinite, frictionless, machine-made content, genuine human effort and authenticity stop being ordinary and become rare, and rare things become precious. The dead internet doesn't win by killing the humans. It wins if we stop being able to tell the difference and stop caring. So here's my question for you. As it gets harder and harder to know what and who is real online, how will you decide what to trust? Tell me in the comments. And yes, I'm a real person and I read every single one.